to me, and I love the history of Tech football, Spike has carved out a huge block of Texas Tech football history, and I think was critical when he came to Tech and built the foundation for for the successes that we've had the last 20, 25 years. I think Spike's Mr. Tech football.
Why do so many people love this guy?
He's honest. He's true. I mean, he likes everybody. He treats the president of the university and the janitor the same. And there's not a lot of people that do that. Spike just makes you feel better about yourself. Spike was a special person that he's going to be hard. It's hard losing him for sure.
You got a favorite memory?
Well, I've heard all the stories like most of you have, but he recruited me when I was in high school. I was 18 years old, and he walked in the house with Darrell Royal. And back in the day, for you younger folks, that a young 18-year-old, and I had to walk in that room and tell Spike Dykes and Darrell Royal that I was going to Texas Tech. And I was hiding back in my bedroom, and my dad made me go out and face Spike and Darrell Royal. And you know, you don't remember a lot of things that happened to you that long ago, but I happened to that. But you know what? Later on, Spike treated me like, I mean, it didn't matter. I mean, he just treated me, and Spike loved Texas Tech. I'm just telling you, Spike loved Texas Tech. That was who he was. It wasn't Texas. It wasn't any of that. He loved Texas Tech.
When you look across the coaching profession, Bob Stoops, Mac Brown had talked about him today at length on social media and whatnot, just the impact that he had not only on just the game of college football, but also, you know, the state of Texas and what he means to the state, West Texas as well. He obviously has a lot of respect between them.
History will serve Spike Dykes well in that way. But you know, the thing about Spike, and there's a lot of head coaches throughout the country that have coached for 100 years, but I promise you not, Spike was a guy that those players that played for him, they love Spike Dykes. I mean, I've gotten calls all day long. I've been on the phone I mean, the players sincerely loved the man. I mean, they did. He treated them, he coached them, he brought them up, he made them from young men to men. And he had a great impact on these players. And I'm not sure where they'll have the funeral. I'm not sure this stadium's big enough to have this funeral. I mean, I think we've lost an icon today.
Can you talk about the impact he had on you?
Well, he didn't, but to me, he did. He probably had more influence on me later in the last 5 years, because I never coached or played for Spike, but I've known Spike for a long, long time, and I've respected Spike. When I was coaching here in the early 80s, I recruited Midland Lee High School where Spike was coaching, and you know, we've had a great relationship all through the years, but he's always treated me well. He treated me like he did everybody else. He just gives you a warm, after you talk to Spike, you feel better about yourself after you've talked to Spike. I mean, Spike's got 100,000 best friends. I mean, that's just the way Spike makes you feel.
As you went around the country after having played for Tech and being in the coaching profession, just talking with other people about Texas Tech, how often is he just the first name that's always brought up with the people that you talk to?
Well, anybody that associates Texas Tech and football, Spike Dykes is one of the first names that comes up. And I think Spike, in my opinion, belongs up in those words when you mention Tech football with E.J. Holland and Donnie Anderson. I think Spike Dykes is one of those type of iconic figures, and I think history will tell us that.